ओके हामी यो बर्मुडाको टुरमा आएको थियौँ अगाडि अब रोड छ होइन यो रोडले गर्दा अलिकति यो ट्राफिकले गर्दा गाडीको आवाजले अलिक मेरो आवाज नआउन सक्छ अनि यो ठाउँ तपाईँले हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ कति सुन्दर देखिन्छ यहाँनिर यो बिचमा चाहिँ यो बोटहरू चाहिँ राख्दै चाहिँ यो सानो अब हुन्छ हाम्रो चाहिँ पार्किङ भनौँ होइन बोट पार्किङ भनौँ यहाँनिर चाहिँ यो देखिरहेको छ घरहरू सानो हुन्छ तर राम्रो छ एकदम सुन्दर छ र साथमा यो रोड हाम्रो चाहिँ पासमा गुज्रिरहेको छ हामी यहाँ कोरियामा आएको थियौँ अनि यहाँ कोरियाको जो जुन हामीले भर्खर मात्र गरेको यो बसबाट आएको हामी अनि हाम्रो यो दुईवटा बस चाहिँ हो यो बस हामी चाहिँ यो बसमा आएको छ यो 26मा चाहिँ यो पुल बनाएर हामी चाहिँ अब यताबाट फर्किन्छौँ अनि यहाँबाट हामी चाहिँ केप जान्छौँ यो गुफातिर अनि हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँले चाहिँ यो पुरा स्नो परेको जस्तो घरहरू होइन त्यो सबै घरको छानाहरू चाहिँ सेतो छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि टाढाबाट हेर्दा सानो घरहरू अनि हिउँ परेको जस्तो नेपालमा चाहिँ त्यो अब हुन्छ नि नर्सरीहरू हुन्छ नि प्लास्टिकले चाहिँ बेरेको त्यस्तो खालको देखिएको छ अनि यहाँसम्म आइसकेको छौँ थ्याङ्क यू के पछि गाइस यो हो बर्मुडाको चाहिँ यो अत्यन्तै सुन्दर सहर ह्यामिल्टनको नजिकैको एउटा सानो बजार अनि बर्मुडा एउटा आफ्नै आपमा एउटा हिस्ट्री बोकेको एउटा रहस्यमय एउटा ठाउँ हो अनि यहाँनिर हामी टुर आएको छौँ घुम्नको लागि सानो सानो घरहरू हुन्छ यहाँनिर एकदमै सानो घरहरू र सबको घरको छाना चाहिँ सेतो कलरमा हुन्छ यहाँनिर किन हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ मलाई खास थाहा छैन म सोध्नै पर्ने हुन्छ यहाँको लोकल मान्छेहरूलाई अनि यहाँ तपाईँले यहाँको अगाडिको भिसिनिटी देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ यहाँको सराउन्डिङ एरिया कति सफा कति समिलो पानी निलो समुद्रको बिचमा चाहिँ घुसेको छ यो अनि यहाँबाट यो तपाईँ देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ हामी अब क्रिस्टल टुर जाँदैछौँ क्रिस्टल चाहिँ यो केभ यानि कि गुफातिर लाग्दैछौँ यहाँबाट यो टेन्टबाट हाम्रो चाहिँ यो क्रिस्टल केभको लागि हाम्रो टुर सुरु हुन्छ मेरो नम्बर आउँदैछ यहाँनिर हामी यो क्रिस्टल केभको लागि आइसकेको छौँ यहाँ सम्पूर्ण गेस्टहरू र साथमा हामी पनि आएका छौँ र यो मेरो चाहिँ फर्स्ट डे हो यहाँ फर्स्ट टाइम हो म यो चाहिँ टुरको लागि आएको होइन अनि यहाँबाट हाम्रो चाहिँ गाइडले लान्छ र लगभग अब 1 घन्टा जति लाग्छ होला यो केभमा हाम्रो चाहिँ टुर अनि यो केभभित्र चाहिँ के कुराहरू चाहिँ नयाँ छ के चिजहरू पाउँछ के कुराहरू चाहिँ तपाईँले देखाउन लागेको छ म सबै कुरा तपाईँलाई देखाउँछु तपाईँ भिडियो हेर्दै जानुहोस् पज चाहिँ नगर्नुहोस् होइन कन्टिन्यू चाहिँ भिडियो हेर्नुहोस् र यति सुन्दर ठाउँ छ राम्रो गार्डन छ अनि यहाँ चाहिँ यो जसको मेन इन्ट्रान्स चाहिँ यस्तो छ भने अगाडि के होला भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ आफैले चाहिँ एकदमै कौतूहल भइरहेको छ यति बेला लेट्स किप वाचिङ गाइस केभ यो कुनाबाट सुरु हुन्छ र गेस्टहरू जान सुरु भइसकेको छ त्यति बेला हामी चाहिँ सबभन्दा लास्टमा जान्छौँ ताकि हामी चाहिँ राम्रो भिडियो सुरु गर्न सकौँ अनि अरूले डिस्टर्ब नहोस् बाटोमा भनेर सबभन्दा लास्टमा जान्छौँ
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's.
Nothing. Come read this.
God. Again, I'm gonna clean out.
Family हो गयो
होइन जङ्गलले मेरो नि यसो एड गर्नु त
अरू नम्बरी फेरि के छ फेरि हालखबर
आज क्रिस्टल केक घुम्न आएको
अनि काफी एक्साइटेड देखिरहेको छु यो जङ्गली छ देख्छ मलाई त
होइन होइन
यो घरकै हो अनि क्रिस्टल केभमा चाहिँ खास के चाहिँ मेन देखिरहेको छ मलाई ल ठिक छ म पनि त्यहीँ गएर चाहिँ हेर्नको लागि म पनि एकदमै एक्साइटेड छु यति बेला अनि भ्याकेसनभन्दा पहिला यो टुर पाउनु पनि एउटा चाहिँ लकी हो एक हिसाबले होइन The formations in this cave are protected by lagunet. Handle them. Right. यहाँबाट हाम्रो चाहिँ हुलहुल्ला सुरु भएको छ अनि पोखराको चाहिँ महेन्द्र गुफा र गुप्तेश्वर को याद आइरहेको छ यति बेला हेरौँ त्योभन्दा भुलभुलाइ छ कि डेन्जर चाहिँ के छ यहाँभित्र बिस्तारै हेर्दै जानुहोस्
Try not to touch anything.
चाहिँ गोवाभित्रको चाहिँ यो आकृतिहरू यो हुन्छ नि एउटा आर्टिस्टले
Maybe.
अगाडि बढ्दै
I'm scared too. There aren't going to be any bats.
So guys, just don't try the bottom of the stairs. Guys, just come a bit more over this way so everyone can come right off of the staircase for your safety and my anxiety.
If there ever is a human dog, this is the staircase where it happens, right? That's when people come to me.
Alrighty guys, so welcome to the really cool part of Crystal Cave. So before we do head on to the bridge and everything, I am going to give you a quick little history lesson on the cave's discovery, its formation and everything like that. So of course while I'm talking, you can still look at things, you can still take photos and videos. Any questions that you do have, hang on to afterwards, I will be happy to answer this, right? Now, when Crystal Cave was discovered, this was way back in 1907. The first people to see any of this were two 13-year-old boys. Their names were Carl Gibbons and Edgar Hollis. They were in the bushes one day and they were just looking for their cricket ball. And instead of finding the ball, they came across this giant sinkhole. So they looked into it and they basically thought, I don't see the ball up here. So they went home and they got as much rope as they could find. One little kerosene lantern, came back, tied themselves to a tree, and then lowered themselves down here because nothing could go wrong with that plan. So, if you now direct your attention, right up here, you're going to see a giant hole in the ceiling. This is the original entry point into the cave. This is where the kids had to climb through. And you can imagine, once they get all the way down here, they take a quick look around with their lantern, they forget about the cricket ball, they never find it because somebody is wondering that. So instead, they're now looking at the formations, they are exploring, they're having fun, and according to these boys, they even went swimming in the pitch black water you see down there because we can tell by now that they just have great decision-making skills, right? So after a bit, they very slowly pull themselves back up top, they go to each other's houses, tell their parents, bring them over, and as the parents are looking into the sinkhole, trying to get a mental grip on the situation, another man comes walking through the bushes up to them, and he is clearly agitated, and he says, "Hello, who are you people? Why are you in my backyard?"
Backyard.
Yes, the backyard. So this is Percy Wilkinson. He had no clue that this was not even 200 feet behind his house, right? I know. So once he's told about it, He notifies the government. He says, hello, I've got a cave in my yard. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. And a few days later, they get back to him and they say, hello, Mr. Wilkinson. We're not quite sure what you're supposed to do either. Because people had been living in Bermuda for about 300 years at that point. No one had made a law specifically about caves on private properties, right? So this is actually a giant gray area. They were flipping through, and at the end of the day, they just said, congrats on your new cave, Mr. Wilkinson. Have fun with that. And they just left it as is. So after seeing this for himself, he right away was like, I think I will have some fun with this. He wanted to turn it into an attraction to show it off. But back then, we did not have this lovely PVC piping. Instead, you would actually have to enter the sinkhole, come down 70 wooden stairs to that ledge, climb down a rope ladder, hop into a wooden rowboat with an oil lantern, and then row yourself into that. Right? So it was less Goonies and more Indiana Jones, honestly. Fine, we're going to hop right down here. Now, like I said though, Mr. Wilkinson, he was really excited and he worked on that entryway really quickly, so a few months later, in 1908, opened it as Crystal Cave. Right? Thank you, I go for dramatic effect. Alright, so now that's all up, I'll let you guys snap some photos, and just while you're doing that, like I said, a quick little geology top-up just so you know what you're looking at, right? Now, right up here is a good little example. The type of crystal that we have in here is a very common kind of crystal known as calcite. Everything you see in here flows about from rainwater. So what happens, the rain hits the surface of the island, it passes through all the limestone, and as it's doing that, it picks up microscopic amounts of this calcite, dragging it through to the ceiling, where it's going to build up and create what is known as a stalactite formation. These stalactites will continue to drip, and if those drops of water keep hitting dry ground, like we did way back there, it's eventually going to build upwards and create a stalagmite. And finally, the tites and the mites are going to keep growing until they connect in the middle, like you guys see here, forming what is known as a column, because they ran out of fancy words for this one. So the columns do not go up or down, they get bigger and wider as time goes on. And for a bit of perspective, guys, just keep in mind that in here, the growth rate is estimated to be about an inch every 120 years, right? This place is ancient. Now, I will tell you guys all about the water once we are up ahead, so hang on to those questions. Please do watch your step as you come down here. This is the final step in the cave. And please try your absolute best, guys, to not drop anything in the lake. If it goes underwater, it's gone. I cannot get it back, right? Okay.
Mamoi पछि बस्छ पछि बस्नु कि पछि बस्नु भनेको
No, it's not gonna put your phone down. Oh. That's gonna do it for you. Oh, okay, he's got to put the phone down. I want to get the water.
Hey, Wilson,
John Baker?
get over it. You're being towed, kid. You're being towed.
Well, you have to tell her that.
Who's your daddy, man? Who's your daddy?
हामी फाइनली चाहिँ क्रिस्टल केपमा आइसकेको छौँ क्रिस्टल केपको विषयमा चाहिँ बल्ल मात्र थाहा भयो मलाई यो केपको नाम क्रिस्टल किन भयो पहिलो कुरो त यो जति पनि देख्न सक्छ यहाँको स्वरूप यहाँको जो टोपोग्राफीको जो फर्म छ यो क्रिस्टलको आकारमा झुन्डिरहेको छ होइन नेक्स्ट भनेको चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा यस्तो किमोनदी रहेछ यहाँ कि एउटा कहीँ साल पहिला बच्चा चाहिँ एउटा बच्चाको चाहिँ यो क्रिकेट खेलेको चाहिँ यो भित्र बसेको रहेछ त्यो बच्चा यो क्रिकेट बल बस्ने क्रममा यहाँसम्म आइसकेको भनेर चाहिँ यहाँ भनेको थियो र त्यसपछि चाहिँ यो यहाँनिर चाहिँ ठुलो बनाएर अनि यहाँनिर चाहिँ अब टुरिस्टहरूले चाहिँ अब भनेको ठाउँ अनि साँच्चै नै चाहिँ राम्रो थियो एकदम खुसी लाग्यो मलाई रमाउनु लागेर मलाई यहाँ साइड के छ भनेर अनि हेर्न सक्छ साँच्चै क्रिस्टल जस्तै चाहिँ हेर्नु सक्छ एकदमै अनि मैले यसलाई टच गरिरहेको छु यसको लागि होइन बिस्तारै यो एउटा रक नै हो यो अनि ग्राउन्डमा चाहिँ यो यस्तो पानी यहाँबाट चाहिँ कुनै चिज झऱ्यो भने चाहिँ यो पाउनको चान्स छैन भनेर भनिसकेको छु हामी एकदम केयरफुल छौँ यहाँबाट टेस्ट देख्न सक्छ उहाँले गाइडले ब्रिफ गरिरहेको छ यहाँको विषयमा
So according to Mr. Stalactite over here, it's just about mid-tide in the cave, which means in this general area where my light is shining, this is going to be about 20 feet deep at the moment, right? But what's really cool, and a little off-putting when I'm out here, if I actually block this light, you guys can see it a bit better. Right back here, you guys can see that there's actually a ledge, right? There is a drop-off back here. In the very back, where it gets wicked dark over there, creeps down to almost 80 feet deep. Right? That is the abyss. It is the second scariest thing in the cave. The scariest thing is right here. It is the iPhone somebody dropped in my drawer last week. Right? And he dropped it tragically trying to take a picture of the other 3 cell phones down there. So please notice the pattern because he did not. But while we are looking down there too, guys, aside from the iPhones and drop-offs, what there is all throughout the lake you're going to see, we have a bunch of stalagmites, right? So any stalagmite under the water has been here since the last ice age because that is the last time the sea levels were 400 feet lower, the cave was empty, and they had a chance to grow. So everything down there is at least 18,000 years old, including the iPhone 5 at this time. Alright, so I just want to check, by show of hands, are there any questions or curiosities?
Did any of them fall off and like hit a tourist?
That's a great, I should start my course off with that actually in the tunnel. So no, nothing's ever going to fall off unless there's a major earthquake or direct human intervention. That was the first question I asked when I started working here too. Because if we do, it's going to take hundreds and hundreds of years to grow back, right? And then we'd be out of the cave. Yeah, actually that's a great question because it actually pivots. You guys are going to notice on the way out here, there are a bunch of broken stalactites. That's because for the first 10 days of its opening in 1908, Mr. Wilkinson actually charged you to go and snap off stalactite. And so this is, again, from 1908, you can still see the damages from it. It took him 10 days to realize it doesn't grow back overnight, right? And finally, you guys, I am just going to mention, because in case someone sees one or someone does think of the question, sea life. Occasionally, a fish does make its way in here, but once they realize, oh, there's no other fish, I should not be in here, they pull you and they go right back out. And on top of that, if a fish stayed in here, they'd starve to death, right? Again, there's nothing growing for them to eat, right?
I have some iPhones to eat.
Yeah, iPhones, I think they're like French, but I haven't, right? Alright, so what I'm going to ask you guys to do, just as we're a big group, I'm going to hang back here in case anyone has trouble seeing or any questions. Very slowly in a minute, make your way up to the back dock. You can still take photos. And once you're up there, squish right on the dock and wait for me, okay? Pushing out, sorry to get burned. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm going to just shine my light there so as again you guys pass by. 80 feet deep over there, right?
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Pritam Amazing World, Amazing People. आज मेरो भिडियोको चाहिँ यो मैले जुन त्यो एडभर्टाइजमेन्ट छ त्यो चाहिँ मैले यो बुलबुलैया यानी कि यो केबाट गरिरहेको छु बर्मुडाको अनि अति नै चाहिँ यो हुन्छ नि सनसनी रहस्यमय भएको ठाउँ रहेछ यो अनि यहाँबाट चाहिँ म तपाईँलाई के भन्न चाहन्छु भने मेरो युट्युब
परपरको दृश्यहरू हेर्दाखेरि यस्तो लाग्छ गाउँ जस्तो लाग्छ तर फरक यति नै यहाँ बिच बिचमा समुद्र घुसेको छ अनि यहाँनिर यतितिर यसरी हेर्दाखेरि यहाँको दृश्यहरू यहाँ पुल बनेको छ पुलमाथि अब गाडीहरू गुडिरहेको छ यति बेला अनि मधुर पारिलो घाम लागेको छ पुसमाको जस्तो अनि मौसम पनि अलिकति हल्का विन्डी छ आज यहाँ चाहिँ अलिक गहिरोमा भएर होला खासै विन्डी छैन तर अलिकति उतातिर गयो भने डाँडातिर गयो भने चाहिँ विन्डी छ आज मौसम अनि हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ कति सुन्दर छ यो ठाउँ शान्त स्वच्छ र एकदमै क्वाइट पिस
यो हो एक्वेरियम अनि यो बर्मुडाको चाहिँ यो हेमिल्टन सहरको नजिकै गएर चाहिँ यो एक्वेरियम हो अनि एक्वेरियममा चाहिँ यति राम्रो माछाहरू देख्न पाएँ कि हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ अनि अलग अलग प्रकारको चाहिँ माछाहरू होइन अनि यहाँनिर चाहिँ एकजना केटी मान्छेले यहाँ यो क्लिन गरिरहेको छ यो ग्लासले क्लिन गरिरहेको छ एकजना केटी मान्छेले अनि उसले स्कुबा लगाएर होइन हाम्रो चाहिँ त्यो इक्विपमेन्ट लगाएर चाहिँ क्लिन गरिरहेको छ अनि यसो अन्डर वाटर यो दिइरहेको छ यिनीहरू माथिबाट चाहिँ आयो होला यो मान्छे माथिबाट आएर कताबाट चाहिँ एन्ट्री पर्छ होइन अनि माछा सँगसँगै हिँडिरहेको छ अनि यता हेरेरसम्म चाहिँ माछाहरू हेर्छ कलर छ त्यो चाहिँ यो के अरे हाम्रो नेपालमा के भन्छ कोही यो चाहिँ के हो यस्तो पनि आउँछ अनि सानो माछा रहेछ यिनीहरू टोटल माछा पछाडि छ अनि आउँदाखेरि यहाँ चाहिँ धेरै माछा आयो त्यतिखेर अनि यस्तो लाग्छ यहाँबाट गाउँ उतातिर भुलभुले जस्तो लाग्छ तर यो एउटा चाहिँ एउटा सिसाको भित्र बनाएको थियो होइन यो सबभन्दा चाहिँ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हुने पर्छ यहाँ चाहिँ एकजना केटी मान्छेले गरिरहेको थियो काम साउन्ड आइरहेको छ एकदमै मजा रहेछ मान्छे हेरेर जस्तो लाग्छ कस्तो अचम्म माछा चाहिँ मान्छेको हुन्छ नि तिनीहरूको फिडिङ अनि खै के गरिरहेको छ मलाई मात्र थाहा भएन आउँदैछ पछाडि आउँदैछ
I know. What is that? Exactly. Sit down on the floor and look. Sit down on the floor.
Oh, here he is.
त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ युज गरिने एउटा स्वर्ण एउटा हतियार नै भनौँ जब यो कति राम्रो बटरफ्लाईहरू हेर्दाखेरि रियल लाग्छ यस्तो लाग्छ कि यो साँच्चीमै भर्खरै यो उडेर जाला जस्तो होइन एउटा रियल हुँदा पनि एकदमै नेचुरल लाग्छ तर होइन यो चाहिँ तपाईँले यहाँ देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ यो जसको अन्डा छ दुरुस्तै बनाएर राखेको छ यो मसँग त यो ओरिजिनल हो त चाहिँ कसरी यो चाहिँ मेरो क्लास हो monkey class. These are the students from here, Bermuda. I think they came for tour with their teacher. See the teacher. And these are the students, all of the boys.
Got everyone?
यो बसमा हामी टुर आएको हौँ अनि यहाँनिर चाहिँ हामी अब 3-4 बस छ यो एक बस भयो यो दोस्रो नम्बर बस भयो अनि उतातिर चाहिँ तेस्रो नम्बर बस र एउटा माइक्रो आएका छौँ र सबैजना हामी एकैसाथ टुर आएको यति बेला अनि यहाँले म्युजियममा चाहिँ अब एक्वारियम रहेछ हामी एक्वारियमभित्र चाहिँ एन्ट्री भएको बहुत ही रमाइलो भयो एकदमै रमाइलो लाग्यो दामी दामी माछा कति राम्रो माछा तर यहाँनिर चाहिँ पैसा चार्ज अब हामी चाहिँ फर्किन्छौँ आफ्नो चाहिँ गन्तव्यतिर र तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ यो भिडियो कस्तो लाग्यो कृपया चाहिँ अब तपाईँको प्रतिक्रिया दिनु होला तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ कोही अब सुझाव छ भने चाहिँ कमेन्ट बक्समा लेखिदिनु होला थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर वाचिङ एन्ड प्लिज वेट फर अनदर भिडियो द नेक्स्ट ब्लग फ्रम न्युयोर्क प्लिज till then wait for the video. Thank you so much. Bye.